Keep going up strong. That was good. You got the damn one. They're gonna call it. I'm not seeing. I got you. Yeah.
Credit to Angel Reese, who has mastered the whisper game.
She knows where the mics are at. She knows how to cover.
Credit to Angel Reese, who has truly mastered the whisper game. She knows exactly where the mics are and how to cover them up. Angel Reese finally had a standout performance in the new 3-on-3 league, Unrivaled, going up against Nefa Clyer and the undefeated Lunar Owls basketball club. This time, she put up numbers that actually backed up her talk: 22 points, 21 rebounds, and a win for her Rose basketball club. For once, it seemed like she was letting her game do all the talking. No unnecessary antics, no extra drama, just pure basketball. And for a brief moment, it looked like she might actually take the win with a sense of grace.
But she's had a couple of big back-to-back games. I think this is her best professional game. And I came on here getting ready to prepare for this video, getting ready to praise her for all of that. And then I got to looking at the aftermath of the game. And I'm like, are you kidding?
She's been stringing together some solid performances, and this was arguably her best professional game yet. I was all set to praise her for that, ready to highlight how she let her game shine, until I looked at what happened after the game. And I thought to myself, are you kidding me? But of course, that moment of restraint didn't last long, because this is Angel Reese we're talking about. Who are we fooling, right? Just when you think she'll soak in the victory and move on, she flips the switch from basketball star to WWE villain, taunting opposing fans like she had a personal grudge against the entire city. And the second they responded, suddenly, she's the victim.
So I had to watch the Lunar Owls versus the Rose on replay because I was playing my own basketball game. And I am reminded once again that the stuff that Angel was doing tonight and the stuff that she does every night is extraordinary. I went for one loose ball and twisted my whole dog ankle. So yeah. But anyway, Angel Reese, and I know this is her haters' biggest fear, was looking like one of the best players in the W in the world tonight. 22 points, 21 rebounds, 52% from the field.
Reese had one of the strangest nights of her career. She absolutely balled out, proving she could shine in a way that wasn't just about showmanship. But right when she had the perfect opportunity to leave the court with a win and a little newfound respect, she managed to throw it all away. Instead of basking in the victory, she grabbed the mic and launched into another emotional monologue about how tough her life is, how much hate she receives, and how unfair things are for her. It's hard. Like, it really is hard to live my life. It isn't easy, and I don't want to get emotional. But I put in the work every day because there are little girls that look up to me. College girls look up to me. Just being able to be an inspiration every day is why I keep pushing through all the negativity.
To keep going, it's hard. Like, it is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but like, that's why I put the work in every day, because like, there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me, and just being able to be an inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful, I'm blessed, and I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here at Unrivaled has just been the best thing.
At 22, it's tough living this life, but I'm grateful, I'm blessed, and I'm lucky to be around this group. Being here in Unrivaled has been the best thing for me. Wait a minute. Isn't this the same Angel Reese who proudly calls herself the villain? The one who says she thrives off negativity and embraces the hate? Yet here she was, acting like she was being unfairly targeted, as if she wasn't just flexing on fans moments earlier. So, which is it? Are you the fearless, unapologetic bad guy, or are you the misunderstood victim who just wants a little sympathy?
just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. And I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game.
Because you can't have it both ways just because of one game. I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to be that for my teammates. When I look back in 20 years, I know I'll be part of the reason why women's basketball is thriving. Not just because of one person, but because of me too. Then there was her interaction with the fans. Reese couldn't just take her victory, lap, and move on. She had to go out of her way to taunt the opposing fans, flexing like she had just won a championship. Now, let's be real. Trash talk is part of the game. No one's denying that. But if you're going to dish it out, you better be ready to take it when it comes back.
But Angel Reese, like I said, multiple phases. We have the good phase. Played a great game. We have the bad phase. Got in her coach's face over a challenge that they eventually lost, and she looked crazy just screaming at Noah Henry, blah, 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 blah.
And I know this is her haters' biggest fear, was looking like one of the best players in the W in the world tonight.
And that's exactly where Reese stumbles. She loves throwing shots, but the moment someone fires back, it's a sob story. Suddenly, the world is against her, the criticism is unfair, and she's not getting enough credit. Angel Reese operates in phases. The good phase, she played a great game. The bad phase, she got in her coach's face over a challenge they ultimately lost, making herself look ridiculous screaming at Noah Henry. And I know her critics' worst nightmare is seeing her play, like one of the best in the world. But let's break this down logically.
The Lunar Owls win games. Like, they just, when they're doing well, they just shout out hooty hoo. And Angel Reese, after beating the Lunar Owls, comes off like doing their, like, almost like celebrating, making fun of them. And look, it's on brand for Angel Reese. Like, this is, like, look, this is on brand for Angel Reese. Like, that's what she did. That is what she did. And look, I don't have an issue with it. And I actually don't. Like, I think you can celebrate and win sports in however you want. And the thing is, like, sports reward big characters. And as you can love Angel Reese or hate Angel Reese, but you have some feeling about it.
If you spend your entire career branding yourself as the unshakable villain who thrives on criticism, why are you always on the mic talking about how hard it is for you? That's like a boxer stepping into the ring, throwing the first punch, and then complaining that they got hit back. If you want to be the biggest personality in the room, you have to own it fully. You can't just switch narratives when it suits you. Then came the Lunar Owls game, where she won and immediately started taunting their signature chant, turning their celebration into her personal mockery. Look, it's on brand for Angel Reese. This is exactly what she does.
Let's just get right into it, shall we?
She's got 20 and 20 tonight. An offensive ball. And that would be her sixth. And she's trying to convince her head coach to challenge.
Yes, that's Angel Reese screaming, and that's her head coach that you can audibly hear saying, calm down. Calm down.
Like, it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
And honestly, I don't have a problem with it. Sports reward big personalities. Whether you love her or hate her, you have some kind of opinion on her. But here's the reality. She could have taken the win and walked away with respect. She had a great game. She was the best player on the floor. For once, the headlines could have been about her performance. But that's not how Angel Reese operates. Winning isn't enough. She has to make everything about her.
Angel Reese, you turned this into a circus? A clown show. Like, I mean, absolutely no class at all. Zero class. Class right out the window. And then had the nerve to speak about being a role model? Nah, I don't want my daughter acting anything like you.
I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so.
The drama, the controversy, the attention, it's all part of her brand, even when it overshadows her best moments. And let's be real, if another player pulled the same stunt, the backlash would be brutal. Imagine Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, or Brianna Stewart giving a post-game speech about how tough their life is right after taunting the crowd. They'd be roasted for days. But Reese, she expects to play both roles, the tough, trash-talking villain and the misunderstood hero at the same time. Sorry, but it doesn't work like that.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
You might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that.
What is my? I don't even know my salary. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Can't clown the opposing fans 1 minute and then ask for sympathy the next. That's not confidence, that's hypocrisy. At some point, Reese is going to have to decide who she really is. If she wants to be the villain, fine, embrace it. But villains don't beg for sympathy. And if she wants to be a respected leader, she needs to drop the theatrics and let her game do the talking. Because right now, all she's proving is that no matter how well she plays, she's more interested in being a headline than being a winner.
Giving the Lunar Owls fans the hootie hoo. Now, I'm going to be honest right here. I'm not mad at it. If you're going 20-20 and you're beating an undefeated team, I might be feeling myself too. Especially when their call is hootie hoo, hootie hoo, hootie hoo. Would I cry if somebody on my favorite football team did that? No, not at all. So, am I going to have an issue with this? No, not really, especially when she contributed as much as when she did. Now, this isn't the same thing when she went up against Iowa in the national championship game and did this. Meanwhile, you watch the game and you realize she got carried. This isn't that same.
Reese, you turned this into a circus, a full-on sideshow. Zero class, no self-awareness, and yet you have the audacity to talk about being a role model? Look, no one is criticizing her because she's passionate or because she talks trash. Plenty of legends have done that and been celebrated for it. The issue is, she doesn't keep the same energy when things don't go her way. When she's winning, she's the queen of the court, flexing, taunting.
But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that.
Making sure everyone knows she's that girl. But when she loses, suddenly, she's the victim. The media is out to get her. The world is unfair. The critics are too harsh. You can't play both sides. If she really wanted to silence the doubters, she'd let her game do the talking. Instead, every game turns into another episode of the Angel Reese show, where she's both the star and the misunderstood victim. And let's be honest, she wouldn't have it any other way. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.